27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14.
13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1.
0.
There's a snake in my boot. Guys, I am not happy with YouTube right now because we have officially got more people viewing this than watched my video that went up today in the first hour. Now, I had a question. How is the audio on this? I don't know how it sounds. I'm using a wireless microphone. Does that sound clearer? Does it sound less muddled, or do I need to disconnect it and go back to the original microphone? Just need to know. Just typey. Sounds great. Okay, cool. I bought this microphone a long time ago. I mean, well over a year ago. I couldn't figure out how to get it to work right. And I filmed a video with it today. One video sounded great and the other one sounds like dookie, but I think a lot of it has to do with the stuff that I did in the edit. So we're going to have to play with it. Kim had COVID. I talked to him. I'm glad you're feeling better. I am definitely glad you're feeling better. Guys, tonight, we're just going to talk about some stuff. We're going to talk about YouTube. We're going to talk about YouTube and how bad it's upsetting me because on top of the fact, like a radio host. Oh, okay. Well, I have to mitigate the echo and I can't figure out where the echo is coming from. It gets worse every time I film a video. So to mitigate it, I figure I'll just use this wireless lapel mic. There's a thing that plugs into the computer. There's also a thing that plugs into my phone. If I get the settings all figured out and everything on the box and all that, it sounds good, then I'm good with it. John, sounds good to you. So you guys know, I've said for a long time that as much as I use the platform, I don't like YouTube. I don't like their policies. I don't like the stuff they did. So today, I did a video migration setup. I have basically sent all of my videos to Rumble. If you guys would be ever so kind, it's Crazy Sharp, all one word, on Rumble. Follow me on Rumble. If you don't want to support YouTube, I don't blame you. Go support it on on Rumble. So, I mean, I'd prefer that you guys had memberships and stuff here, which brings us to this. Tonight, we're going to do a giveaway. I know that you guys, a lot of you guys that follow the channel and that are here pretty often know that the giveaways are for the paying members, but I announce them. I do them live for two reasons. I appreciate everyone like Aiden. If you look, Aiden has a mark next to his name. If you're seeing it in the actual chat, you can see the Cross Swords logo. Aiden is one of the paying members. Aiden has done a lot to support the channel. Aiden's like my unofficial welcoming committee for YouTube. Anytime anyone shows up, Aiden's the one that's going to welcome them because a lot of times I don't pay attention to the chat. But on top of the fact that today's video apparently didn't get sent out to anyone, if you guys don't know, I do videos every day at 4 p.m. Just, yeah, not a bribe, but just, I do videos every day at 4, Monday through Friday. And then I do live feeds Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you guys aren't getting notified, just check my channel every day at 4 p.m. I do believe I'm not going to go, and I don't want people like, oh, you're the only person I know that scolds their YouTube followers. I'm not trying to scold you guys. If you don't get notified, you don't get notified. But I just can't justify taking 20 minutes of my day that's already jam-packed to sit in a premiere where it's just me and Aiden talking to each other, because that's what it was today. There were 2 people that viewed the premiere on today's video, and one of them was me. And I don't, like I said, I'm not trying to scold you guys. I'm not saying it's you guys' fault. I know that YouTube didn't send out notifications. I know for a fact, a lot of people are like, I didn't know you put out a video. I was like, every day at 4 p.m. And I get a lot of people are like, I haven't got notified. I thought you stopped putting out videos. I'm like, I just check every once in a while because they're not sending the stuff out, which is why I decided I'm going to switch to some alt tech. That's that original writing on the handwriting on the walls that tells you this platform is going to just really squash my channel to the point where I just cannot do anything. So since they've got their foot on the neck of the little guy, I just went ahead and made a Rumble channel. I did a migration request for all my videos to be sent to full 30. You can watch them there as well. And I mean, you can tip and do things there as well if you want. So I just can't do live feeds on either one of those platforms right now. So yeah, YouTube is not playing nice with some of us smaller channels. I had a video that did pretty well the other day, and somebody sent me a screenshot, and it was a screen. Guys, you're going to get a kick out of this one. YouTube's new thing is, if a small channel like mine that has under 10,000 subscribers has a video that performs well, they make that video unavailable with a notice that says this video is popular. To view it, you need to subscribe to that channel. And I'm like, I think they think they're trying to help us, but what they're doing is people don't necessarily want to subscribe to a channel to watch a video that popped up in the recommended section, and then it says it's unavailable. He was like, what is this? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, I can't watch it because I refuse. He refuses to give YouTube any of his information. So he doesn't have a YouTube channel. So therefore, any of my videos that do well, he's not going to see them. He's like, well, I guess I just can't watch your channel. And I'm like, well, isn't that shitty? ZDP 189 is not a problem. ZDP 189 is, yes, that is sleazy. That is sleazy. He sent me a screenshot of it. I tried to upload it, and just like I was having problems before, I couldn't share it. I was just doing a test pop up. It was a screenshot. It wouldn't show. So yeah, you guys are getting a mic that's in kind of rare form. Well, I thank you. Are you subscribed to my channel? Because I like to think that I try hard to do good content. I really do. I try. I put a lot of work into it. What is this? Here we go. I thought I'd check things out some. Well, Byron Kennedy. Well, welcome. You can hang out as long as you want. But back to the original thing. Like I said, I probably shouldn't clap. There's a microphone right there. We're going to do a giveaway tonight. Momentarily, I'm going to go grab the item. Here's the nice thing. I'll get up and you guys can still hear me. I can still talk and you can still hear what I'm saying. Tonight, we're going to give away Chuck It FPV. What do we got here? You look like you got some sleep last night. I just got out of the shower and I have the lights on. So the lighting takes away from the fact that I just look like hammered dog shit. Oh, here's the other thing. So YouTube, on top of everything else, and the video performing poorly, I check my email and I get an email from YouTube. And YouTube says that the following videos have been demonetized or listed as non-advertiser friendly. When you go to them, it's 100% the lighting, Chuck. It's 100% the lighting. See, that's what I really look like. So they demonetized 6 of my videos with no reasoning. Like, there's no reason why. And I'm like, okay, so what part of this has violated the thing? So I send an email back and it comes back as email undeliverable. This is not a receiving email. No anything telling me what I did wrong. So like, there's a good chance that my videos are still good. They're not demonetized. They are limited. But like I said, YouTube is still running ads in them. I'm just not getting the revenue. So I took those videos down. I demonetized them and then took them down. This is what we're giving away tonight. This is that Artisan Cutlery Cazador in ARRPM 9, ARRPM 9 and JG10. There you go. That was a good one right there. Let's see, can I do that again? There you It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. That's why, like I said, I migrated my stuff to Rumble. So that way, if I finally just get so fed up, I understand why Super Steel Steve did it. But Steve wasn't basing the majority of his income off of his channel. I do. And I got news for you. This month is going to be tight. None of my videos have performed well at all this week. At all. This month, I should say. So that makes no sense. Sam Squatch. What's happening? But yeah, that's what we're giving away. I do it to the paying members. I do it live with you guys for a couple of reasons. It's an alt tech platform. My YouTube channel, my channel on Rumble is just Crazy Shark, all one word. So if you look it up, don't look up Mike Emler because there's an old channel that has one video on it. And it didn't allow me to do the things I wanted. So I'm just migrating my content over there. I'm not going to quit YouTube. Like, I mean, I want to. I would love to just say, fuck it, and be done with this. I can't watch ads now. They got me. So the either come out or don't. It doesn't. You're not going to bother me. But that drives me nuts when you do that. So ad revenue is part of it. But like I said, I do this live so that people can see what I'm giving away. And then we can look at this. We will share this. This is my current members. We'll do this full screen. There are currently 48 paying members. And these people are the people that are eligible. We will pick one of the people from here. The only thing is the last two winners, I'm not going to, if it's Metal Man Sean, we'll redraw. And if it is James Straub, we'll redraw. I still have not sent off Metal Man Sean's knife that he won because I have not sharpened it yet. So FPV. So we will get to that a little bit later. I usually like to give it an hour. That way, if somebody decides they want to join the baseline or premium tier memberships, they can get in on the giveaway. I'm not sure yet how it's going to work. I had somebody that has a relatively large channel tell me that there's a couple things that I'm doing wrong. They said that even though YouTube recommends to do it as a perk for the members, giving you guys early access to videos means that I have videos that sometimes sit there for 2 days with no views. And they're like, he's like, that affects you on the algorithm. That looks like a low performing video. And then when you premiere it, you'll only get the views at the premiere. And I'm like, I haven't really had any problems with it. We're going to give it a try because I'm literally uploading the videos the day they go up right now because I got behind. I had a whole spooled up thing of videos that I was working on and had gotten done ahead of time. And then when I had to get ready for the wife and kid to come back from Japan, I burned through them and I had to put them up. So right now I'm filming a video. It goes up the next day. I still have to finish editing tomorrow's video. Monday's live feed was demonetized, and the only thing I could think that iPhone has no join button. No, but when you go to any of my other videos, if you go to it through, and actually I think you can do it. I think you can do it, but you have to go to like on the website. But so yeah, I give everybody about an hour. So we got about 45 more minutes before I join. Crazy Sharp, all one word. Armand, it's all one word. Crazy Sharp. Aiden, you wanna be a big sweetheart and copy my? Oh, there you go. See, I knew Aiden was gonna do it. I didn't even have to ask. The second I said it, did it? I did to tomorrow's video, guys. Tomorrow's video is going to be a revisiting. We're going to look at a knife that we haven't looked at in a long time, and a lot of people like it, and it's in my pocket. We're going to look at the OG original Archbishop because, you know, the Archie 3.0 came out, and a lot of people have been doing videos on them. I'm not going to have an Archbishop 3.0, and I'm not going to have an Archbishop 2.0, and I'm not going to have a Mordax. And I'm not going to have a Fortis 2.0 because I got the OG 1.1. That is so weird. That is so weird that green anode does that. That is the weirdest effect ever when things do that. Like my green mug. So anyway, like I said, Monday's live feed got demonetized because I'm pretty sure I was pouring a beverage on camera. That's the only thing I can think of because I definitely didn't say anything that was even close to some of the stuff that Cole and I said on the New Year's live feed, and that thing is still monetized. So what else have I got in my pocket? What else? Anybody want to make a bet? Anybody want to guess what I'm currently carrying other than my Archie? I bet some of you guys that follow the channel regularly can tell me. I'm going to wait till somebody answers that question. 25 people here. So, yeah, guys, anybody that's here, the 25 of you here, one, I can't see how many likes there are, so I would appreciate it if you drop a like. Yeah, Ethan got it. I have a smock here. I have a smock here that's in for sharpening. I looked up. Did you guys see, speaking of Spyderco, no, it's my art. I haven't carried my Archie for a couple weeks. This thing gets, if there was a knife that could rival how much carry this gets, it's this one. These two knives, I think, have been carried more than any other knife. No, that's not in my pocket. Maybe my prison pocket. What's that buzzing sound? Don't worry about it. So I never did a specs video on this. Remember, guys, back in the day, here 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't do specs. I didn't like it. And then I realized that there's a lot of people that do like the specs. And so what I do is now I do the intro and we talk a little bit about it a little bit. And then we do specs while we're looking at the knife. And then we get into like the points of carry and stuff like that. I think it makes a better all around video. You know what I mean? I like that type of video. Where you're giving me all the information and not just like there's some guys that just do the specs, and then you got Nothing Fancy, and he goes his POU. We got the POU, the points of use. I'm like, just tell me how you used it. Don't tell me how it could be used. It's a knife. I already know how it's gonna be. You know, I already know how it's gonna carry. It's a knife. I already know what you're gonna use it for. Tell me how it performed. I don't need a 30-minute video, Nothing Fancy, 45 minutes. Some of his videos just like, I'm like, I can't watch this. So I try to keep everything 15 minutes or under. So I try to break it up in little parts. Like I said, we do the intro, which is fun. Usually I try to keep it like a short, quick intro and show you what we're talking about. That way, like in the first 30 seconds of the video, if it's not what you're interested in, it's just like, okay, yeah, I see what he's talking about. I'm out. That way, you know, that way you're not sticking around 17 minutes in it. And then talk a little bit about the knife and where it came from and all that stuff. And then I do the specs. And then we talk about how I use the knife and how comfortable it is and things like that. And any little things like that, you know, and I like that sort of video, the 15-minute. And then on the days that I do days, man, YouTube's got me so wound up. I'm so mad. I'm trying to keep it clean. When I pry with it, no, it's a knife. It's not what you pry with it. I have a pry bar for that. I have an EDC pry bar for that. So Joel Benson, I think I've got it down here now. I'm pretty sure I got it. I couldn't. Here's the problem. I can't afford to pay anyone. I can't afford to pay myself. Sam Squatch. Did you look at the thing? Because like I said, I mean, you can join any membership tab you want. I can't see what it was. I don't see the tiers. Baseline and premium tiers are the ones that get entered into giveaways. I think I'm going to start changing that. So see the comment above my previous comments will. Yeah. Metal Complex or No Complex's videos are long and his rants are legendary. Oh, volunteer your time. I don't know. You know what? We'll see. We'll see how things go once I get that contract figured out where I'm going to be doing purchasing for some companies. Sam Squatch, welcome to the membership. Cole is going to try and have me emojis for you guys, at least a few by tomorrow. So maybe on Friday's live feed, you guys will be able to drop emojis. They're going to be specific and emojis. I believe this is going to be one of them. That's my plan. It worked. Congratulations. Welcome to the membership. So now, on top of everything else, Sam Squatch, you save $5 per knife on sharpening. Your price as a paying member is locked in at $20 a knife, which is $5 cheaper than my regular price, which is still $5 cheaper than Jared's price. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Know what I'm saying? I was just talking with Jared about that on the phone before he went live. I called him and I was like, bro, I keep getting all kinds of messages. People are like, man, Jared's trying to fucking steal all your business. What a dick, dude. Did you see his Instagram post? I'm like, Jared's been sharpening knives for over a year. Yeah, that's how I started this business. It's home of the Emler Edge. Jared's edges and my edges are different. I'm not gonna say his edges are better or worse than mine. Edges are different. I do a full convex, freehand convex, and they come out good. Ask Aiden. He saw what his knife looked like. But yeah, my sharpening service is $25 a knife, with the exception of, there's of course little exceptions. Recurves and Tontos are a different price. Certain steels, mainly Maximet and Rex 121, or in Aiden's case, really wrecked S35 VN. I'm not gonna lie, that was the hardest S35 VN I've ever come across. That stuff was ridiculous. But yeah, I can do, like, that's a full convex. Now keep in mind, this is my personal, so it's not perfect, and it's been used a lot, but I just got done cutting down some cardboard with this and touched it up. But that's a full convex on that front edge, married up nice and neat. Yeah, Jared's is less convexed. I was arguing with somebody. They showed me, it was like, oh, well, you could do a convex with this stone. And I'm like, no, a stone doesn't give you a convex. It's your method that you use your stone to do a convex. They're like, oh, no, they have a stone for it. I was like, does it look like a bowl and you use one side and then use the other? Because that's the only thing I could think that would get you an Appleseed convex. And he goes, no, it's like a round rod. And I was like, are you thinking a recurve? Because that's different. Recurve is it. Convex is out. You know what I mean? Well, Knife Addict 101, burb to you too. My cheap knives, I use a Work Sharp stationary, but I won't touch anything over $100. I just sharpened a couple knives the other day for a customer, and actually it was Kim. I sharpened a bunch of knives for Kim Otterbach that was just in here, if he's still here. I think the cheapest knife in the set that he sent me was about $3,600. And that was retail. That's not secondary market, which is where I imagine he got them. I'm going to be that guy. Raffles can be weirdly legal. What's this? Weirdly legal. A giveaway sweepstakes that requires a purchase is not a giveaway or lottery. Private lotteries are illegal in most places. Raffles are difficult. It's not a raffle. It's a perk. It's a perk for my paying members. It's not I don't have to do it. It's not even listed as the list of perks. It's just something extra I do. They support the channel, so I support them. I do giveaways for other people. Raffles are difficult. Not trying to be a dick. Just want to encourage you to look into the right way to do giveaways. I'm thinking giving stuff to your community is cool, but it can be dangerous. I haven't had any issues with it. Like I said, the giveaways that I do aren't listed as a perk. I choose to do it as a perk for the paying members because, I mean, they bought the lights and stuff like that. But I do general giveaways for everyone. It's just I don't do them as often. Other people do it. They do it on their Patreon and stuff like that. This is just kind of an unofficial. Yeah, I know, and it's not like pay to play. I do giveaways of stuff. It's just that, like, if I'm going to give away like a $100 knife or something like that, I'm typically going to be doing it for those members to show appreciation for the support they give me. They also get exclusive videos and stuff like that. I haven't done one for a while. I started to do one today, and everything it went to poo-poo. Everything went to crap today, and nothing worked out the way I thought it would. Because do you remember the other day on Monday when I said, hey man, I don't want to jinx myself by saying I'm having a great day? I think I jinxed myself by saying I was having a great Monday. I don't think I should say things. I think I angered the gods. Like, at least it's not raining. Yeah, and I mean, I think it's. I just think it's. I think it's only just fair. Josh Almighty, only for paying members. You just stream general, do a Patreon, paying members. Just my opinion. I can't. I do a live feed, and this just allows everybody to see, and they can get the. There's a reason I do it this way. It's to show appreciation for these people. They're all in here. It's the same thing with all the other stuff. It doesn't make sense to do it that way. I could, and I mean, if it becomes an issue where a lot of people just hate it, well, you know what? There's a reason I support them. But like I said, I've done general giveaways for the entire community for a long time. I would ask though that if you want to support some channels, Cole over at I can't do anything on Patreon. Patreon sucks. Like if you're one of my Patreon members, save your money and come over, be one of my paying members. I don't do anything on Patreon. It's so hard to get anything done over there. It does not work well. I think I only have like 2 Patreons now anyway. I think I've convinced everybody to stop giving, because Patreon takes way more money. Tri-State EDC, yeah, Cole over at Tri-State. I put a video of his up in the community tab. Put it in a community. What is this? 6 cents. 6 cents a day. Which tier did you? Oh, I mean, I can look here. Let me see. I can look. Let me refresh this. Let me refresh this. Refresh. Sam Squatch, just looking. Yeah. I think, here's the thing. I think I'm going to start doing it. Because here's the thing. I think you only saw one. There's 3. There's a premium, baseline, and so premium is $14, baseline is $5, and then just looking is $2. So that's I think this one's going to wind up being just an all and everyone giveaway, because everybody's been so great this last month, especially with everyone. It's a huge turnoff to new members. What's well, and that's the whole thing. Like I've done a lot for just the general community, and there's a lot of people that have given back. And if that's a turnoff for some people, then that's, you know, well, that's too bad. I'm sorry, but I'm going to show appreciation of the people that are supporting me. So, I mean, I don't want to sound, which tier is it usually? Usually it's baseline and premium, the top 2 tiers. That's what I usually do. Just looking was just supposed to be early access to videos, but I believe that the early access to videos is going to go away because the thing is, I had someone tell me that even though YouTube recommends that, oh, use that as a perk for your paying members, the whole problem is that when you do that, and maybe you put up a video and it's early access for members, it sits there and the algorithm sees a video that has been there for 2 days, 3 days, and only have 5 views. And to the algorithm, that looks like a poorly performed video. And no matter what happens when you do get ready to premiere it and things like that, it just doesn't, like, it kicks you back down the algorithm a little bit. And I was like, well, then why did they tell you to do that? You know, I love the idea of giving people early access to videos. What is this? And they were perfect edges. Yeah, those knives sharpened up nice. The only one that I had a real issue with was the only one I had issues with was that I want to say that Microtech, the Tony Marfione, the Marfione custom. All right, Armand. So just so you know, it's the same thing that Jared does. And it's the same thing that most channels do. Just so you know, I mean, if that's people's opinion, then that's fine. But oh, bro, you didn't have to. I was going to do it. I think that's going to wind up being a thing, that the giveaways are just for all the members, because the fact is, like right now, if I have to take away early access, there is no other benefit for being a just looking member. I am going to get some stickers made, guys. No one has sent me pictures. I don't have my bell. I got put somewhere, and I think in the packing up and stuff of the unpacking the wife's stuff, I believe it got misplaced. I don't know what happened to it. So I really don't know where it went. I will tell you that I did film a video that I'm going to finish editing. I was trying to do exclusive content for the paying members, and I was trying to do something, and I got it set up, and I could not get this microphone to communicate with my phone. And I had used it to film an entire video, this lapel mic, and it was fine. Yeah, I saw. But like I said, anybody that joins the memberships, I really appreciate it. And when we get to 100, I'm going to do a giveaway for the entire community of a 4-item giveaway. 4 items when we hit 100 paying members. Unfortunately, every time we hit 50, we drop back to like 40. I don't know what happened. I appreciate it. The whole reason I started the memberships was because I couldn't go back to work. And I was like, well, let's see if I can get some people to support the channel. And it snowballed. And I used the membership money to get lights and a tripod. And this, I think, was the very first purchase that we had. This wireless lapel mic was the very first purchase that I made with the membership money. And it's just kind of turned into where basically the membership money paid for the new phone that we film with. So lots of stuff has happened on the channel over the last year. And a lot of it's, we have had some growth and things like that. It's just like, it seems like every time we get closer to the channel doing better and everything, it's just like YouTube then changes. It's like, oh, hey, you're doing well. Let's change the rules. That's what sucks. But I was going to show you what I filmed today that you guys are going to get to say. Let's see. Tomorrow's Thursday. You're going to get to see. Is today Wednesday? Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow you're going to get to see the video that I filmed today. Tomorrow I'm going to film a Fast 5 for Friday. But I already have this filmed, which is the Finch Holiday. And you're going to have to forgive. I'm trying to figure out audio. So like if the audio is bad. But this is the Finch Holiday that I got from Lefty EDC. And I filmed a video about this first day in pocket, because today's the first day I carried this. I carried it all day. It is great. It got lost when I went on a beer treasure. So you guys know this beer that I was talking about in the video on Monday. It's what I'm drinking right now. I just can't show you guys because that's what got my that one was listed. I got a message from them like Monday's live feed got demonetized because I was drinking on camera and pouring my beverage. But my father-in-law got a bunch of my favorite Japanese beer and basically hid it in the luggage. There's like 30 cans of it. Yeah, it's kind of the same. I don't have a union job. I was working construction as a laborer. And when I have an autoimmune disorder, when the COOF pandemic kicked off, Navy Medicine was like, oh, you can't do that. And the problem is everything else I would apply for falls into that same category. Like I've got like that. I'm like, what do you guys want me to do? You want me to get a scythe and if I can go out in a field and just cut down swaths of hay, because that's the only thing. It's the only job I'm gonna be where I'm outside and not away from people, or I'm not near people. So yeah, go sub to Ethan. Ethan ruins EDC. So I was on short-term disability, and at the beginning of last year, state of California went, oh, we know you can't go back to work, but we can't pay you anymore. So my bad. And then we moved here. We sold the house. Sharpening has picked up a little bit. I've sharpened a lot of stuff I didn't think I would sharpen. Kim has sent me some incredible knives that wound up on the channel. I've got some really cool stuff that we're going to look at Friday. This video is probably going up Monday. The Archbishop goes up tomorrow. So we're going to look at a lot of stuff here in the next couple weeks. That's really like, if you're looking for, I'm going to put in some, I'm going to try and salt in some budget knives, which I know is what most people are looking at these days, is the budget knives, because budget knives have gotten so much better. You know, $100 ish, maybe 200 and below are more budget than the stuff we're talking about is like $1,000, like $700 to $1,000 kind of stuff. So I know not everybody likes that content because they're like, God, I wish I could have that. And then they can't. So that's some of the content that's coming. I was hoping Polly would show up. I was going to send him an invite, but I don't know what's going on with my buddy Purple Heart Barbecue. I know that I talked to him on the phone earlier. I think Metal Man Sean is the longest existing member on the channel. Ethan won't bully you into. Ethan's not going to bully you into anything. I might bully you into shit, but not Ethan. I can't ever tell if my hat's on straight. I've noticed in a few videos it's not. But yeah, today's video that went up was the, what one was it? It was the Shield and Trenchiodon, and I thought that the thumbnail would get attention and stuff like that, but I guess it didn't. Have you guys seen that? I mean, I know you haven't because no one watched the video. Yeah, unemployment's a shit show. I didn't want unemployment, and I definitely didn't want the short-term disability, but it's what I had, and this is. What is this? Out of 70 I'm subscribed to is the only one that premieres a video. Everyone else just posts the premiere is screwing up your metrics. Stop. It wasn't though. Like it wasn't. Everything was going great. The premieres were actually doing well, and that's one of the things that that's one of the recommended things that YouTube does. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, now I'm like, well, make up your mind. You push these. They pushed all these features to people to use, and then it's be amazed, Mike. What? How do you enter to win? I won't, but it's worth a shot. Like I said, it's for, so typically I do live feed. When I do these, it's, if you read the description, I do it for the members, and I just do it. I show this so that everybody can, basically it's my way of saying thank you to the members. I do their giveaways publicly and everyone can see who won. So, but like I said, YouTube has all these features that they push and they want us to use them, but then if they affect us, then they're not telling us why or what's happening. So, you know, it's weird. It's weird and it's silly and I don't get it. And if any of you guys have seen James Straub anywhere on social media, can you let him know he won last month's giveaway? I have not heard back from him. If I don't hear from him by the end of this month, I'm going to redraw that Celax fixed blade. And we'll see what, then we'll see what this happens. That's a me and Polly inside joke. I had a glass. Cool. I mean, like I said, it's not for everybody. I do have some stuff. I have some general giveaway stuff. I just haven't done one in a while because it's kind of a pain to do it. Hey, Jared's here. Jared is here. We'll talk some 5H1T about YouTube and how garbage their stuff is. Jared doesn't do premieres because Jared doesn't have video. Like, I know how Jared is. We're kind of in the same boat. I'm a day ahead. And I think Jared's doing day of because it is hard to keep up with content and editing and stuff like that. So I try to stay at least a day ahead. That way, if something happens tomorrow, I have a buffer. Like if something happens tomorrow and I can't film, there's at least still a video that goes up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Jared's got that kind of time in his life. I know that he's a busy, busy dude. I just have enough time. I'm able to edit the green screen and all that stuff and get it in. Jared, we're using the external wireless microphone. Let me go grab something real quick. I was going to show you guys. This is what I did today's video about. Does it seem weird that I leave and it doesn't sound like it used to? Thanks, bud. Jared has been one of the biggest supporters of the channel. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have to say Jared has been the biggest supporter of the channel. We wouldn't have content if Jared wasn't sending me knives. It's one of those things like, oh, well, thank you very much. You know, if I didn't have Jared sending me stuff, we wouldn't have content 5 days a week. We wouldn't have anything to do. Because the stuff that I have that comes in for sharpening is not the stuff that most people want to see. It's a lot of times the same stuff. A handful of Farron Forges. I used to offer sharpening through their website. All of their knives were sharpened by me. And you would see the same knife over and over and over again because that's what my customers would send. And that used to be the only thing we had on the channel, except for, you know, Matt, my buddy Tino, has a huge knife collection. I don't know. He's right there. We were talking today. I don't know if he does have a few days in advance, but at any rate, this is what you guys didn't get to watch today because they didn't send out notifications. This is that shield and trench on. I did the first day pockets, first impressions of this knife today. I'm digging it. I like it. And I don't. There's things about it. You know what I mean? So we're going to see. You're going to see in the final review, I'm hoping that the sharpening changes the opinion on this because it did not perform very well for the small little tasks that I did. I think it just needs a good sharpening, and then we'll see. But as far as everything else on it, it's definitely an interesting knife. So if you get a chance when we're done or tomorrow to go try and get that video pushed up the algorithm a little bit, it would be greatly appreciated because it didn't do for crap. So Uncle Joe, would this be my Uncle Joe? And there's a lot of Uncle Joes out there, but I have an Uncle Joe. I don't know. Please forgive my tardiness. I was in detention with Jared Neves. Jared gets long-winded, doesn't he? I bet did he just end? Did he just end? No, not my Uncle Joe. Okay, cool. No, that's okay. What contest, Snuz? Contest? Snuz got a contest. Yeah, you don't have an Uncle Joe like mine. Mine's definitely unique. And by unique, I mean fucked up. But that's kind of a... Wait a second. That can't be right. Oh, one of them is empty. I was like, I put 3 in the cooler. And I just finished 1. So that means there should only be 2 left. And then I look in the cooler and there's 3. That's because I put the empty in there. That way I don't spill it on the... Did you guys just see a flash? Was there a flash up in this corner? Did you guys see that? Or was that my... Don't know what to do with my hands. I can't get it to do what I want. Like right in here. Was there a flash? Or am I losing my ever-loving mind? I can't fucking tell. No flash? All right, maybe I'm just going nuts. What is this? Jared is still wrapping up. I absconded. But Jared was in here. Jared made a comment. I mostly listen to YouTube most of the day while I work. So if I don't comment a lot on stuff, no, it's cool. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't even pay attention to the comments here half the time. Hey, where's Locked and Loaded? Where'd he come? 1911's here. Hey, buddy. How you been? I haven't seen you for a while. No one won the contest yet. I usually wait an hour. Until, because like I said, it's for the paying members. I just do it live for everyone because it gets a little bit of recognition. Oh, he was spying on me while he was live. I like to recognize the paying members and I like to support them. Most people do it on Patreon. I choose to do it here. You saw a purple squirrel. Whatever you've got, I'd like to have some of. Jared was spying on me, huh? Was he seeing? Was he seeing how angry I was and whether I was rage quitting YouTube? No. No, he wanted to let, oh, okay. I was looking down, typing. He commented while he was still casting. He wanted to let you know he's on his way. Well, that's cool. I mean, he's on his way. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of self-serving too to do these because everybody gets to see what's going on with the paying members. There's a handful of videos that are just for paying members. There's a lot of B-roll. I don't know. Aiden can tell you. Snuzz can tell you. I try to do B-roll. I haven't had a lot of B-roll lately. So I guess I'm due for one video that's going to make 45 minutes of B-roll. That happened not long ago. You've got a BGM Spade and Magna Cut coming, huh? That's cool. I haven't talked to John in a while. I know he moved shops. And guys, if the audio starts to go crappy, let me know. I can turn this thing off. I've never used this for this long. I don't know how the receiver and everything is doing. I don't know how clear it is because I'm not wearing headphones. I can't hear myself. So someone rage quits YouTube. There's a lot of folks that'll tell you this is what I got right now. So what is this? I'm using a wireless lapel mic that's connected here. It's working. I can still hear you. I bet my wife's in there going, yeah, I can still hear you. I talk real loud. I'm deaf. I spent a lot of time working inside a gun. And my wife will tell you I talk really loud. I watch TV really loud. Everything I do is a little louder than most people. And I forget who we were talking to. I was like, can you hear me okay? She's like, you could turn off the phone and they could still hear you. Who all snatched up the Urban EDC F5 that dropped today? I didn't even know. That that was happening. I'm not doing the full multi-stage pour on this and just giving it a pour. It doesn't taste good out of the can, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. That really expensive Japanese beer that I have does not taste good out of the can. You got to drink it out of a glass. Mine's a thermos glass. So that was Ethan. What was Ethan? What? Huh? Urban Woodsman. You look kind of superimposed over the background. Not sure what changed, but the audio sounds normal. Well, I may have to adjust. I was playing with the virtual background here. So, I mean, it could have been something. Is that better? Well, it is because it's 100% because I'm superimposed. But let me see. We might have to change the fade a little bit on that. Is that better? Does that look a little less screwed up edged? No, it definitely looks like old. It definitely looks like old 70s TV, doesn't it? Well, let's go to Disneyland. You guys want to go to Disneyland with me? I think this is my favorite of the backgrounds right there. Leave it on the Maxwell dude. Well, I got news for you. That was the Memorex. That was Memorex. Is it live or is it Memorex? Pretty sure that that's what it was. We went through this last time. Have a news desk background? No, but you know what? We were talking about that. It's the girl in the background. We're not going through this again, Bob. It's a ficus. That's a ficus. Love that old Memorex motif. So, Bob, you're just trying to make me nuts. So, I have everything set up for the giveaway. And like I said, Sam Squatch. I mean, I would have kept you entered anyway. Like I said, I have to figure out what I'm going to do for the just looking tier because the early access was the only thing they had. So I'm going to have to figure something else out. EDC Oz, I stand corrected. I'm giving away a ficus. No. Guys, sweatshirts are coming. I talked with Justin yesterday. He said they have all the stuff to do it. He just has not had the time to update the website. So hoodies are coming. The Crazy Sharp hoodies are coming, and they're really high quality. I know where he got them from. I have some of their sweatshirts that are my personal ones, and I love them. But the t-shirts are still available. And if you buy a shirt, and I got to tell Jared to do it, if you buy a shirt and you send me a picture of you wearing my merch, I will put it in the background of one of the videos. I'll put it up. I will put it in the video. I swear. Smoking a ficus live. I got news for you. I'm the kind of day I'm having. I'm probably gonna have some of that too. Guess who's coming? Not me. I'm not even breathing hard yet. Smoking what? Yeah, I think you know. I think you know what it is. I just have to make sure not too much. I need to get up. It's incoming. Hey, Lindy and Richie are here. What's up, guys? I can crop it. Snuzz. I can crop it. I'm pretty sure I can crop it. Your socks are 5 years old. Well, I mean, I got socks that are probably that old. I just don't wear them every day. Are they crunchy, Maurice? Hello, hello. Cat is in the house. The wife's back, and I am lower than whale shit right now on the ladder of what the animals want, and the wife is home, so the cat and the dog are both in there. I don't even exist anymore. I was like, oh, they're like, oh, that lady's home. I'm like, yeah. She's home. So there is no, hey, that chick's back. I dig that chick. Yeah, the cat and the dog, they don't fucking spend any time with me anymore. Laura Gillespie, welcome over here from Jared. I'll wait a few minutes if there's people showing up. There's a snake in my boot. It's legal here. And it's just not legal for me to do it on YouTube. I've done it a couple times. There's been a couple of interesting feeds. M King 98. Hey, Kingman. I don't know what that is, but yes, I did design the sea snake. That is my design through Artisan. I have another design through Wii that was called the Stonefish, and I have another knife I'm trying to get released that's called the Mukade, which is a very, very aggressive Asian centipede. Is Tri-State here? Hey! I won't, bro. And hey, like I said, don't rush on those emojis. These guys will get their emojis when they get them. I didn't want you to think that I was trying to pressure you into that. I don't think about how things sound when I text them. So sometimes it sounds like I'm trying to push for somebody to do something for me, but it really, it doesn't. You got to go pee-pee. I'll be back, Morlocks. I'll be back if the Morlocks don't get me. Okay. The Stonefish is a great knife. And the dagger that I'm working on is based on the Stonefish. It's basically a Stonefish dagger. It's called the Mukade. So, damn, Mike got all the visitors. I did. Jared must have got done. Jared must have finally finished. All good. I'm from Ohio. I can literally hear your text. No apology needed. Cole and I were talking about it the other day. The live feed ended, and we had went through like for 3 hours of live feed, and we stayed in the green room. Like it was just me and him after the live was over. We must have been in there for another 30 minutes. People from Ohio don't know how to say goodbye. Have you ever been to someone's house from Ohio? Especially the southern part of Ohio. It doesn't matter southeast, southwest, or just south. If you're from anywhere in Ohio and in that southern regions, saying goodbye is a multi-stage process. If you want to leave, if you want to be out of that house by 7 and you showed up at 4, you better start telling them goodbye 30 minutes after you get there. because there's multiple stages. You got to say goodbye, and then you got to say goodbye at the door, and then they walk you out, and you talk in the driveway for like 30 minutes, and then you get in your car, and they come and they talk at the door, and then you pull out and you level up with the driveway, and then you talk through the car window while they're in the driveway in their socks and shivering in the cold for another 20 minutes. And so if you needed to get out of there by 7 and you didn't start at 4, you're going to be there till midnight. It's just the way it is. It's true. It's not a joke either. Like, I've heard people joke about it, and I'm like, it's not a joke, guys. Like, people will put up Instagrams and TikToks about it, and it's not a joke. Well, it's too late because you did the driveway thing, so the windows are already down. And as you back out, the windows are down and they're still talking, and you got like 5 to 10 minutes of you in front of their driveway while people are driving around you to say goodbye. And that's typical Ohio goodbye. It lasts about 3-4 hours. So if you wanted out of there at 7 and you're like, well, we got to get going, you're locked in. You're going to be there till 10. So if you get there at 3, start saying goodbye at 4. That way you can be out of there by 7. That's just all the way it was. That's all there is to it. Just how it works. Let's see. Greatest story I could ever possibly come in. No, there was one I told one time in a live feed, but well, I like making money on YouTube, so I think we're gonna not tell that story because I guarantee that that story is one we should save for. We could possibly do that if I can get live feeds set up on Rumble, because Rumble doesn't give a shit what I say. We could probably do it there. Paper Tiger, what's going on? Oh, my grandmother's house was, my dad's mom was a good hour drive just to get, I was telling my buddy that's in New York right now, it was an hour to get there. And my dad and I, if we were going fishing or hunting in that area, we would leave early enough that we could stop and have coffee with my grandmother before we would go hunting. And it was an hour drive to go out there where my dad grew up almost. I thought you had to say, yeah, right. I mean, that's just the way it was. Oh, you got to get going. Okay, well, they're waiting on me. See you later. Oh, you didn't see that. Da, 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 da. Right? Like I said, you got to be putting your shoes on. If you want out their door by 7, you better have your shoes on it and at the door by 6 at the latest. So, EDC Oz, what's going on, man? I didn't see you here. Oh, Todd's here. Hey, Todd. Todd Carr. Todd, I don't know if you know, but I think your membership lapsed. I know you were a member at one point, I think. And I just don't know if you knew that it had lapsed. There's a handful of people that got their stuff lapsed. Nick Martino, I love winter camping. I don't. I got news for you. Like, my buddy's like, oh, we can go camping. We can go out to the desert. I'm like, bro, I want you to think about what I did for my adult life. I was in the military. I did all the desert camping I care to do. He's like, oh, we can do this. I was like, let me think about this. As much as I'm a country boy, I'm going to tell you I'm not going fucking camping. Why not? I was like, because I have a bed and I don't need to take a weekend and pretend I'm homeless. If I don't get this money situation fixed and the YouTube doesn't stop fucking squashing my channel, I'm going to be fucking camping for real. Lapsed, kicked out. No, I mean, it happens with people's, No, that's not, Chuck, that's not what I'm doing. No. It's the first time I've seen Todd in a while. No, okay, it's a different Todd then. My bad. I'm old. My old what? Or did you mean YOU''RE as in you are old? Because my old what? I got a lot of old stuff. My old glass, my old hair, my old hat, my old knives. I don't know what you're going with there, John. You can come back to Ohio. I'd rather not. Nothing much to do back there where I'm from, except fucking, well, I mean, you've watched Wild Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, right? That's pretty much what it's like where I live. So, no, I wasn't calling nobody out. There's a different Todd then. I just know that People don't realize it sometimes. I had a bunch of people like, man, I didn't realize. Is this an English class? I did have straight A's. Is this an English class? I don't camp anymore like I used to. No, I mean, here's the thing. Beards are always newish. They fall out, pieces of it. It's always in some sort of flux. How's everyone going? Snowing here in New Mexico. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It got chilly tonight. It's only 64 degrees in the garage right now. Speaking of knives, what's everyone carrying? While I get this ready. So we're gonna get, while you guys start making your comments about all that stuff, what we're gonna do, have I sharpened much lately? I think everything that was in for sharpening except for 3 of my buddy Tino's knives went out. I have a Beg Knives Steelcraft that needs done. I have a Smock that I need to sharpen for him, and I have his big Osborne that I've got to sharpen for him. Now I know in Ohio, where my family is at, it's getting ready. They're expecting, so it's supposed to hit Ithaca, New York area where my buddy Rich is going, because he's a lineman. He's going up there to prepare for the storm. He's getting there just right before the storm hits. It's supposed to hit there sometime between now and he said like midnight, 1 o'clock, but what I saw was 4 tomorrow to midnight, and then it's supposed to hit my parents' house in Ohio, my mother's house in Ohio, sometime later that night, early the next morning. So, the only knife not in the mail, chuck it. I've been carrying this for the majority of the day. This is that Finch. This is that Finch Holiday. This is a fun little knife. Ithaca lineman. I think that's no. He works on power lines, high lines. He's an inspector and a lineman. So he's up there because they're preparing. He picked a contract up. It's called Stormin'. So he picked up the contract to go to New York. He was driving when I talked to him on the phone. 1911 is your knife sharpener. I bet mine's better. So getting freezing rain in New York right now, that's what I figured. So he was like 100 miles out from the meetup spot for the company. So guys, it's at about an hour. Let's see who else here. One day in California will break off, sink into the ocean, and that day will become a I'm not gonna lie. I hate it out here. I hate it out here. The only reason I'm here is because my daughter's got her skating stuff here, and I just can't take that away from her. My wife doesn't dislike it here. I would be happier somewhere else, but you make sacrifices for your family, and so that's why I'm here. Maurice is here. Mike's up there to get away from Lincoln and St. Louis. There's another place I won't go. St. Louis. The only reason to drive into St. Louis is drive out the other side. The only reason I've ever driven into St. Louis was because I had to drive to Nashville, Texarkana, or California. Those are the only times I've ever driven into. It's the only times I've ever driven into St. Louis. It's the only reason. There's no reason to drive into St. Louis. Is it possible to? That makes my head hurt, but I imagine you could. All it is just the edge is going to be the same. It's the spine that's going to be a little bit different. Where's Polly? I don't know. He had said something about maybe stopping by. Not even for the barbecue. No, I don't like the barbecue. I will drive 90 minutes from my parents' house to Pennsylvania, to Pittsburgh, to eat at Permane Brothers sandwiches because they're amazing. Where's my knife, Mike? Well, you didn't win one. Polly did. Polly won that flash giveaway for that random flash. I need to do another one of those. I just haven't had anything come in that I really want to use as a giveaway. Like I've got stuff, but I just haven't found anything I want to do as a flash giveaway. I have some crappy stuff, and I'm like, I'd rather do some nice stuff for it. So Kansas City, you know what? I'm more of a Texas barbecue kind of guy. I'm more of smoked, light, like dry rub, smoked. I'm not a big Texas City barbecue fan, or Kansas City barbecue fan, I mean. Let's see here. I'm trying not to miss any of this, but it jumps. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching Polly's channel, Purple Heart Barbecue. His stuff looks so good. Like everything he cooks looks amazing. I did some ribs here at the house the other day, but I don't have a smoker. So I did them in the oven, and I used liquid smoke, and I was kind of surprised at how it came out. I was like, I don't need a smoker. I'm like, I have a broiler. And I was like, I'm not seeing it being that bad. What's your opinion on using a ceramic rod to sharpen? I have a ceramic rod over here from Edge Pro. It's one of their wood handles. I'll grab it in a second. I want to get this giveaway started here in a minute. I've used a ceramic rod for touch up on kitchen knives for years, and I love it. It does a really good job. If you're trying to sharpen, a lot of times they just don't have the horsepower. So for touch-ups, they're great. For sharpening, not so much. So, all right, guys. So what we're going to do is let's look here. We're going to look at channel monetization, and we're going to see here. We have currently, I'm getting this ready so you can look and see. We have 49 total members. And the way I always do this, so you guys know, what I do is from the top to the bottom, number 1 being the newest member, number 49 being the oldest member, which was, at this point, it's Metalman Sean. He is the longest current member. I just guess he's got a card that hasn't expired because he has been a member for the longest period of time. So what I do is I pick a random number from 1 to 49. 1 would be the newest member, 49 being the oldest member, and we're just going to count it down, and I'll do it and show it in front of you. And so that you guys can see it. So these are, let's do this as full screen, full layout. So you can see, right here, Sam Squatch is the newest member. Ethan just renewed. Some of these guys just renewed, and you can see they're all in here. I am going to allow everyone this time to be eligible, all the members, because like I said, I am about to take away early access to videos because it just doesn't work out the way I'm. Yes, Snuzz, I am going to include the just looking members because like I said, there's something that's going on where basically I was told that that when I do those videos for early access, I'm actually hurting my channel because they sit there for like 3 days and they don't get any views. So I'm probably still going to try and do some, I'm not going to do the premieres for a few days and see if that changes everything. But for this week, I'm still going to do the premieres. But yeah, for this one, all 49 paying members are eligible for this. And once again, we are giving away the Cazador by Artisan Cutlery. And this is a nice little knife, and it is sharp. Doesn't even need sharpening. So it's skinny. It is really thin, nice profile on this. Action's really good. So that's what we're giving away. Let's go ahead and we're going to go to random number picker. So we're going to pick, let's go back here. We got to stop that screen, share screen, which was going to be this Chrome tab, which is the random number picker. So number 1 through 49, hurry, speedy, quick. So 1 through 49, we're going to set this for 49. I already ran it once. Guys, you know, a lot of times I will, here, let's, sometimes I'll run it the first time. Already did it once. It's already been prepped. It's already set. I've got it set for 49. We are going to go back here. We're going to pick number that generate the number is 18. So from the top to the bottom, we're going to stop sharing that screen. We're going to come back here. I got to find who number 18 is. Chrome tab, channel monetization, and number 18, counting from top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 is Zach stuff. Number 18 is Zach stuff. So I think I counted that right. Did I count that right? Because the last two were Therapeutic Edge and Bob. So Zach wins. Zach has been a paying member for a little while now. So there you go. I got to get a hold of Zach and let him know he won that, and we'll find out. There may be a redraw. Zach a lot of times does not. Let me text him. Hey, buddy, you just won the members giveaway on my live feed. Send him a picture. What did you won? It looked like you know your numbers, Mike. I think you counted fine. It kind of looked like nothing on the top but a bucket and a map. Whoa, hey, there's Zach. Hey, yeah. Okay, Zach, I just texted you. I didn't know if you were here. Come on down. You're the next contestant on the Mike Dipstick Show. You won this. You won this. Maurice, you got to be a member for the giveaway. I have some stuff for general giveaways. I'm going to start doing those again as soon as I get everything figured out. Send a pic of your feet. Okay, my daughter and I both have this thing about feet. We hate them. Like, I hate other people's feet. I don't like looking at them. I don't want to see their feet. Like, don't come to my house and put your feet up on my coffee table. If you've got your socks off, like you're wearing sandals, no socks, put your feet up on my coffee table, I'm gonna grab you and I'm gonna throw you out of my house. I hate seeing other people's feet. They're disgusting. To the point, okay, when I was in the military, the dress shoes that you wear with your Navy uniform, they're not cheap. And I never wore those crappy plastic ones. I always had the patent leather, hand polished, and I would do it myself, and I'd polish up and I had 2 pairs of dress shoes. Because, you know, sometimes you wind up standing extra watches. You might get wet. You might get your shoes wet. So at any rate, I would cut a V in the back of my boots and my shoes, dress shoes, so I could find them in the night without needing to turn on a light and bother anyone, because I could get dressed in my full dress uniform and go on watch and ready to go, and then just like adjust my medals and ribbons and stuff. I could do that in the dark because I did it for so many years. But cutting a V, I could find my shoes in the dark. I had a kid wake me up one time, and he's like, "Hey, man, guns. Hey, I got to apologize." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "I accidentally wore your dress shoes." He's like, "I took them off, and then I saw the V. It cut in the bottom." I was like, "Fuck, keep them." He's like, "What?" And I was like, "Keep them." He's like, "But those things are expensive." I was like, "Keep them. I can't wear them." Like, people are like, "Oh, let me borrow your dress shoes." Fuck you. You put your feet in a pair of shoes I own, they're yours. And it was an accident, so I didn't lose my mind. But I was a gunner's mate. I was a weapons guy. I did 5-inch gun systems, 3-inch gun systems, 25 millimeter chain guns, stuff like that. And what is this? That's how I am too. Get your nappy ass feet the fuck out of my. I hate feet. I hate them. They're disgusting. Feet. I'd be more inclined to say, "Show me your butthole" before show me your feet. I mean, not you guys. I said that was bad. I should have. Next time, fuck, my email is going to blow the fuck up. Like Mike said. 25 millimeter Bushmaster chain gun. I went to depot level mates. I knew how to build those guns from the base up. We looked at those with Cole that time. I hate feet. Not that extent, but feet are gross. Feet are gross. So if you go back and you watch the live feed that Cole and I did, I don't even remember what was that? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday? Friday. It was Friday. Cole and I did a live feed. I went through all the gun systems I worked. I was a gunner's mate first class. Didn't make chief because punched my chief because, well, he decided he was going to put his hands on me. I warned him twice and he poked me and I was like, that's it. I'm fucking him up. And I punched him and my buddy James, like I'm full on blackout angry. Oh, I don't have my bell, bro, but at any rate, I had a chief that decided he was going to become physical with me, and I told him twice, I was like, you keep your fucking hands off me. It's the last time you're ever going to touch me. And he was like, oh, really? And he reached out and he just barely just made contact, and I hit him as hard as I could, everything I had. And I don't even remember hitting him. I kind of remember it now, but like everybody was like, next thing I know, my buddy James has got me and he's pulling me off. And he's like, I was like, get the fuck off me. He's like, no, man, you've done enough to your career. And I was like, fuck him. And he drugged me out. And I was like, why'd you pull me off? He's like, because you were going to beat him like a set of bongo drums. He's like, once was enough. He's like, you can possibly get away with this one. Thank you. Thank you very much, Zach. That's kind of what this is. Like, it's given back to the people that have supported the channel. Like, you're a paying member. You kind of earned that. You've definitely paid more. You've brought me more happiness by supporting the channel than this will. And the fact that you're my friend, I enjoy it. Guys, if you don't know, Zach is probably one of the nicest guys in the knife community. The whole do something kind for someone, it has taken off, and he does that stuff all the time. And he's just a great, great dude. And I'm really happy to say that there's a handful of people in this knife community that I've gotten to know really well. Zach, Peter, and Christine, Therapeutic Edge, and Women Carry Knives. Definitely Jared over at Neves Knives. I can't think of anyone has been more helpful to support the channel. And then I've made some friends that are going to be friends that I stick around and have as friends forever and for a long time. Cole over at, I didn't miss you. I didn't miss you. Sorry about that, Andrew. Cole over at Tri-State EDC. I love having him on the channel. Stuff like that. Then you got guys like Havoc, which I'm pretty sure Havoc is that stalker that keeps sending me like fucking fetuses and black roses and stuff like that. But, you know, hey, every once in a while you got to have them around too. Like, I mean, then you got Maurice. Like, I honestly can't figure out half the time what Maurice is trying to tell me in the comments. But hey, at least he's commenting. You know, a comment's a comment. So that's one of the things. I said that in a thing. But here's the thing. I've known Polly for years. Like, Polly's just new to you guys, and you're welcome for that. You're welcome for having brought that into your lives, that now you guys have met Polly. I don't know what to say. You're welcome or I'm sorry, but either way, hey, you have a Polly now. But this last year on YouTube has been great. It really has. Regardless of what's been going on. That's a story I'll tell you. I'll tell you that before we end. Just remind me to tell the Black Roses and Fetuses story. I just saw this. The giveaway's over. Yeah, but you know, Hollywood, I do it for the paying members. I just do it live with everybody to support, mainly because I can't just do a live with just the paying members. So Polly is really special. Polly is a great dude. Like, Polly might be rough around the edges. I think he likes to be rough around the edges. But Polly, like, I guarantee, like, there's not much I couldn't ask Polly if I needed it. Like, if Polly called me and goes, hey man, I need you here by the end of the week, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna have to get gas and snacks. And do I need a gun? That's the question I would have to ask. Like, are we burying something in the woods? That's the question you would have to ask if Polly's like, hey, I need you here by the end of the week. I'd be like, do I need to bring a shovel? And how much of an alibi am I going to need for this? So yeah, Polly, you haven't seen Polly. Polly's Go follow Purple Heart Barbecue, guys, if you haven't. Oh, what is this? YouTube, are you better off replacing the same video over and over or watch playlist with different vids? Exactly, Tactical. Exactly. You know what? Here's the thing. Like, I have a playlist of how much can we discuss on the phone? Exactly. So, like, I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know whether it's by view. And I think as long as you're watching the videos, like I told somebody, I was like, if you just go to my channel, hit play all, and let it play in the background while you're at work, if it'll play all the way through, that gets me views. So all the smack talk. I want to see Polly on this stream. Yeah, Polly's fun. I'll tell you what. Go back. You can find a lot of times Polly's on like a Wednesday or a Monday feed. Do I need gloves? Right? That's like rewatching stupid auto. I think I don't know. I really don't know which. I really don't know. No one knows the algorithm. The algorithm is no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. No one knows. I don't think YouTube even knows. Like, they can't tell you, like, oh, we demonetized your videos. And I'm like, why? And they're like, because they violated terms. And I'm like, what terms? Like, I need to know because I don't want to put up another one of those videos. Like, I don't want to waste the time to film it and do these things if it's just going to get demonetized. Because while I enjoy making the videos and I like bringing things to you guys, I'm not going to lie, I get paid to do it. And if you're gonna tell me like, oh, well, you did this video, but now we're not gonna pay you for it, you're not gonna tell me why. Well, that's just worthless. Maurice is the algorithm. That's why I was like, I don't understand anything about this. Organic plays are the best. Yeah, playing straight, like playing a video all the way through actually helps too. So you need a go bag for seeing Polly. Yeah, sometime maybe. I don't know. I don't have any shade here to film outside. And to tell you the truth, the workbench is in the garage now. And I like the fact, Christian, you're a Cult of Personality. I love that song. Do you guys remember Cult of Personality by In Living Color? Or what was it was on their album Vivid. That was such a good band. I was like, I don't know, like the main singer, they were black dudes. The main singer had dreadlocks, and they all were different colors. Like they had like colored thread all weaved through them. Great. Living Color, yeah. Cult of Personality, great song. That was one of my favorite songs in high school. I loved it. Loved that band. Such a good, those dudes rocked. I was like, that was like the first African-American rock band I ever remember seeing. Like I'd seen Jimi Hendrix, but like the whole band, I was like, this is great. Like these guys rock. Boy, they did too. They were good. I have to download that album. I haven't listened to it in a long time. That was such a good album. Vivid was the name of that album. I remember I had it on cassette. I played it so much I ruined the fucking cassette. Like I played it till the tape was done. I did the same thing. Yeah, love really. Yeah, such a good album. Fucking so many good songs on that album. Earth, Wind, and Fire was more funk. Like I like Earth, Wind, and Fire, but they weren't like rock and roll, like heavy rock and roll. Like Living Color was bordering on metal. So yeah, they were so good. Such a good album. And then I don't remember them really having anything. Just black American dudes. I don't remember them really having another album that did real well after that. Dude, I remember the first tape deck I had that would do that. And I remember I had a Kenwood, I had a job. So I worked at a restaurant, and I had a job, and I actually made good money. I worked at a steel mill too. And I was working at both jobs when I graduated. But at any rate, I was making good money for a high school kid. And I remember when Kenwood came out with the like one of the very first portable cassette or DVD or CD players, and I bought it, and it was awesome. And my mother sold it. It was gold, and you had to there's a sequence of things you had to do to charge the batteries in it. And I was like, man, this thing was great. See, Breeze is trying to get out of here. He knows that if he wants out of here in the next 25 minutes, he's got to get out. Did you hear Milli Vanilli's taking all their music off of Spotify? Did you hear that freaking idiot? Did you hear that idiot, like, he actually was like, I'll take all my music off Spotify, and then it came to the realization he took the letter back because he didn't actually own his own music. He'd already sold it. And he was like, they were like, you can't, you have no say in this. You don't even own your music anymore. Bunch of idiots. Neil Young. What an idiot. I don't want to get into politics. I'm just saying he's an idiot. And like, I'm sure Spotify was like, Joe Rogan, who makes us millions and millions and millions of dollars, and Neil Young, who 3 people have listened to his music this month. All right, we'll take it all down. The old skip memory CD Walkman they used to advertise. Let me see. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna try and find an image of the first. Oh Jesus. I'm trying to find it and see if I could find the exact one that I had. I don't know. Was it? I can't remember whether it was. No, it was old. It was a big square looking thing, and it was not like a. I can't find it. All I'm seeing is stuff that is not what I'm looking for. I wanted to show you guys, and it was really nice. It was really, really nice. And I even bought the mount where you like mounted it in your car on the piece of metal, and it had the shock absorber so it wouldn't skip. I had that. And I had the Pioneer stereo that the entire thing pulled out. So you could pull it out, and so no one would steal your cassette deck, because I had a Pioneer cassette deck, and I put so much money in my stereo in the car. The car wasn't for shit, but God, the stereo was great until we Discman. I had an old original Magnavox. You gotta read the fine print. You gotta read the fine print. As long as it's not. Anyway, you know what? That's what I was talking about right there. I don't want to get into that. Somehow I haven't left, but really by 11 I got to hit the road, like 11 Central. Bro, you don't have to stick around. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. There's like 46 people here. Rick James. Rick James. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. I'm never going to forget that in my, like, I don't care how old I could have Alzheimer's, be like, fuck your couch, bitch. That's going to pop into my head. Like, you cannot erase that memory. I watched that episode. I was in the Navy, and I was overseas and on a ship when the Chappelle Show was on. It was so good. I remember we used to like wait for you were out at sea. When you were out at sea, there wasn't like, you didn't have satellite TV. So you got like boxes of new programs that would show up via like Super 8, and they would show up in the mail. And so the guy in Sight TV would start playing them. And it was like the Super 8 cassettes. And so there was like 3 channels, and that's what you watched. And you would be calling down to site TV. He's like, hey man, please tell me you got some new Chappelle shows. Like, no. Or like, play the old shit. We're like, we can't. We sit back. I'm like, what do you mean you sent it back? He's like, well, it's on a rotation. We can't keep it. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. He's like, what, you think we've got like the TARDIS down here to put shit in? Motherfucker, it's a small little room. There's only so much room for Super 8 cassettes. I'm like, God damn it. Charlie Murphy. I know he even served in the Navy. I don't know what we're talking about. I do have one that looks like, because I have the old, oh, yeah, Todd. I have the Hotline 1600. Do you guys remember the very first Walkman before it was called a Walkman? It was called a Hotline. You guys remember that? I remember that. I wanted one. And it was called, Rick James was in the Navy. There's a lot of people in the Navy. It had a button that was right here, and it was called the Hotline button. So you had play and all these other things. You had your volume and your treble and bass and all that stuff. And what it was there was a splitter, and there's a microphone right there. And when you hit the Hotline button, it would put the microphone into the headphones, and you and your friend could sing along with the music, and you hear yourself. Couldn't record it that way. You could record with it, but like if it was playing and you hit the Hotline button, you could sing along because there was a microphone in the thing, and you had the splitter, and you could hear yourself singing along to the music. I wanted one of those. Well, I've still got garbage pails. I still have garbage pails at the house. In the fucking, like in the sleeves back home in Ohio, I still have garbage pail kids. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm 47, so I have a lot of stuff. Creepy crawlers. Do you guys remember, like I saw something the other day, and it was a picture of the Frosted Flakes box. And it said Wacky Wall Walkers. And I was like, good God, how old am I? Inside Wacky Wall Walkers. And I'm like, you remember those? Remember Wacky Wall Walkers? And you remember that your grandmother wouldn't let you fucking throw them against her wall? Don't do it. It's gonna leave marks on my wall. It's gonna ruin the paint. You're like, Grandma, this house is falling the fuck apart. Like, you give a shit about it. When did I join the Navy? I joined in 1992 when I was 17 years old. And I was ready to get the fuck out. Yeah, right. Forgot about those wacky wall walkers. You guys remember the sticky, stringy hands, and so you would get them at the coin op thing that had the chicken, and it would drop the egg out. You remember when you were kids, you get those, and it had the sticky hand with the long string, and you could like slap it against the wall. You remember those? Yeah. The little army guys with parachutes. Yeah. I remember so much of that shit growing up. We had all that stuff. I remember when I was a little kid, there was this toy that you could get that had suction cups. And it was just, it was this character, and he just had suction cups everywhere. And the whole thing was, you just threw it against the wall and it would stick. Do you remember the thing? Like, it was at the stores, and it was the chicken, and it would bounce around on the nest, and then the egg would pop out, and you got a toy in it. Do you guys remember those? It was like 50 cents. And they had good toys in them too. Slap bracelets. Right? You remember it? That's exactly what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. How about those tubes that were filled with some kind of liquid and you couldn't hold on to it? Oh! Water. They were called water weenies. And you'd hold on to them, and it was just a loop, and it would just like, you couldn't hold on to it. Water weenies is what they called them. Well, that's what they called them where I was at. Yo, I'm busy with this winter storm coming through. Who won the giveaway? Zach over at Zach Stuff won the giveaway. I'm going to send it off to him. I remember Stretch Armstrong. I had, what was my favorite MRE? What was my favorite MRE? That's a tough one. I think my favorite was the barbecue beef with tortillas and snack bread, because it came with the tortillas, the barbecue beef that they said was like supposed to, and it was basically barbecue beef. They said it was like Mexican or fajitas. But it also that one came with the white gum that you needed, because if you didn't use the white gum, you wouldn't poop. And you had to have the white gum, but it also had the snack bread, the wheat snack bread, which was great. And it had the jalapeno cheese and peanut butter. It had both. I spent my last few years with an unusual unit, Maurice. I spent my last 4 years basically with Spec War, and we never were home. Like my wife didn't know what the fuck I looked like when the kid was born. Like I came home, and I had been out for 3 days in the field in a campsite, and I had been out in a campsite, and I came home, and I was like, I got to go back out tomorrow for another 3 days. I took a shower, and I was so dirty that the fucking, the towel, even after I got out, I was like, fuck, I'm still filthy. And when I dried off, I ruined a towel and had to get back in the shower. And I went to bed, and I hadn't slept in like 3 days. And so my wife goes into labor. She had to come and wake me up. And like, I was like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna miss the fucking evolution tomorrow. Did I ever go to Dam Neck? I went to Dam Neck for a school. I don't remember what it was. Dam Neck, Virginia. Most of the time I would go to school with the Dahlgren. All the breakfast ones were shit. Now I will say that the vegetarian omelet was horrible. But all the stuff that came with the vegetarian omelet made it worth it. Like you just threw the main course away. You had everything you'd want. You had you had the scone. It was perfect. Like everything that was in that menu was perfect, except for the entree, which was garbage. I went to a school with them. I did advanced shipboard crew served weapons tactics. I went to a school with them, and then I went to a school in Camp Lejeune, dynamic surface shooting techniques, where figure eights on high speed craft firing crew served weapons on a target. So you're firing live ammunition while doing. You got to learn how to check fire, check fire, check fire. And so you're firing consolidated while moving at high speed on a target. It was a very interesting and nerve-wracking school. Let's see here. I never had a Commodore 64. I had an Atari 2600. What was this? Don't forget to YouTube later. I don't know what we're talking about here. What do you got, Tactical? Don't forget to YouTube later, talking about a revolution live at the Ritz in living color. Do you guys remember? We're back to that. Do you guys remember Fine Young Cannibals? Do you guys remember that? Fine Young Cannibals, the band? First time I ever saw them, I remember specifically the first time I saw them it was on Saturday Night Live. Like there were so many good bands that were on Saturday Night Live. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It drives me crazy. Yeah. There were so many good bands, and just the house band that was on. Good God, it got cold in here. I got to put my sweatshirt on. They were good bands back then. It was actual music. Like no one gave a shit what the singer looked like. As long as you could sing, who cared? In Excess. Yeah, there were so many good bands back then. Now, like, I could be the best singer in the world, and right now, I don't have a shot, because you gotta look the part, and then they'll you gotta look good, and then they'll make your music match. I was like, that's garbage. That's why you don't get good concerts anymore. You used to get good concerts. Like I got news for you. Fucking Axl Rose and those guys looked like somebody beat them with a sock full of shit. But they could fucking sing, and that's all that cared. That's all that mattered. Now you gotta have that image to be a like. No one even knew what Slash looked like. I still don't know what Slash looked like. All I saw was a big top hat with hair. That's all it was. Top hat with hair and a mouth. He looks like a cartoon character. Yeah, mainstream music could even say whatever they wanted back then, not now. No, I'm so done with society. At this point, I'm like, society was a fucking mistake. We should have just been living in caves, beating each other with sticks. It'd be better than this. Mr. Brownstone, that was a good song. Too bad that they were like, they were singing about heroin in that, right? Just saying. I think in television was it. Then they came out. I can't remember if in television did. I know Odyssey was. Do you guys remember the old Magnavox Odyssey system? And it had like the 3 different things, and it had the guns. It had the actual like shotgun that was with it, like the light gun that was with it. And you're like, what the fuck is this? I wanted one of those, but apparently the games were pretty horrible. I watched AVGN's video about it. So guys, it's been like a couple hours. I'm enjoying that you guys are hanging out. If you didn't watch today's video, I would really appreciate if you guys, I'm not closing out right now. I'm just saying, like, there's some stuff that's just not happening. I don't think anyone's getting notifications. So if any of you guys have not seen the video that went up yesterday or the video that went up today, I'd appreciate it if y'all go watch them. I put a lot of work into them. I know that they're only 15 minutes, but there's a lot of work that goes into, especially now. I mean, hopefully this is going to eliminate some of the fighting with audio, but I definitely have put a lot of work into getting to where this is more presentable, things like that. Hopefully the audio, I can fix the audio. I know that this microphone's probably a little tinny, but I can add bass on the backside. So, I mean, if this doesn't sound the way you would expect it to, because, like I said, was today's video good? Well, Chuck, I like to think they're all good. I mean, I like to put some work into them. It was about this. So for first day of carry. So, I mean, objectively, I'm going to say that all my videos are good. I like to try and have all of them go up and be good. God, this thing is dull. I got to sharpen this before it's just fine. The audio. Everyone told me my taste in music would soften as I got older. You know what? My taste in music has not changed. It's broadened. Let's say it. So when I was younger, the only thing we ever listened to, because my father, it's what he grew up listening to. We listened to Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson. And don't get me wrong, I love all of that. And country music. And we watched, Austin City Limits. And we listened to like 70s rock, Black Oak, Arkansas, Iron Butterfly, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, all that stuff. So that's the stuff that my dad grew up with, and that's the stuff I got exposed to. And so I listened to Jim Croce and all those things. And then as I got older, so I had my dad had an eclectic taste in music for his time. And so that's what I listened to. We listened to classic 70s rock, old country, new country, stuff like that. But that's where I was at. And then when I got into junior high and high school, I had a friend who came from out here in California, and he had a cousin that would rip cassettes for him off the radio, and he copied a bunch of rap and stuff like this. So I got exposed to West Coast rap when I was in junior high and high school, and I have yet to find a type of music that I can't listen to. Like I thought dubstep was going to be it. I like dubstep. There is not a type of music that I don't listen to and enjoy. I listen to rock and roll. I listen to rap. I listen to all rap. East Coast, West Coast. Masta Ace is one of my favorite rappers in the world. Let's Take a Walk in the Hood by Masta Ace. That is the realest song you're ever going to find in the world. I love all of it. But people look at me and immediately assume like, oh, I'm a white cracker hillbilly. I'm gonna listen to only mariachi. I love mariachi, gypsy kings, all that stuff. Japanese music. I love Southern All Stars. There's the Yellow Monkeys. Some of those rock bands. There's a Japanese band called One OK Rock that does their songs in English and Japanese. They have some, and their albums are split. Awesome. They were at Warped Tour. I've been to Warped Tour. And so I don't fit into any I don't fit into any box. Like if you were to sit in my car and listen to music with me, and my iPod that's in the car, an old school iPod Classic, you sit in the car with me and it could go Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Gypsy Kings, Japanese band, fucking Rick Ross, Port of Miami. And then Tchaikovsky, the New Zealand orchestra from Lord of the Rings. God only knows what my music is going to play. Phil Collins, I love Phil Collins. My daughter had never heard Phil Collins. Prince is one of my favorite singers. Like, you're not going to find music that I won't listen to. I'm like the perfect person to have over at your house. Because like, hey, listen to music? Yeah, what do you listen to? Yes. Just fucking play it. I'm probably going to know it. B.B. King. Yeah, good old blues, some B.B. King. Elvis had a lot of good hits. I love can't think of his name now. Mel Tillis. My grandmother knew Mel Tillis. Vivaldi. Yeah, anything. I will listen to anything. Literally. Any type of music. So I'm not gonna lie to you. So I was driving one day. I was on my way back to Ferrum Forge from dropping somebody off. I was like, hey man, I had a friend up there. He's like, can you drop me off? My wife picked me up. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I'm driving back and I'm on Claremont Mesa Boulevard and I'm just like rocking out in the car. And a carload of chicks pulls up and there was this kind of maybe about my age black chick, and she's like, roll the window down, what are you listening to? And I turned it down and I was listening to Sister Sledge, 1970s, all female black rock band, all black female rock band. That's what I was listening to. I was rocking out to it. She's like, what? And I was like, hey, don't judge a book, you know. I think you got to, you know what? The big thing is like, while I may have grown up, and I grew up in a very sheltered existence, I grew up in a town of 124 people. I joined the Navy when I was 17, and I went from, I went from a sheltered kind of thing to I got exposed to everything. And I was like, you know what? My dad always told me, he was like, so a lot of people would look at me like, oh, well, you know, your political views and this and that, you're just gonna be a white supremacist, right? No, because the thing was, I grew up, and my dad was like, look, boy, people are gonna try and tell you stuff, like they're gonna tell you like, oh, they're gonna tell you racist stuff and this and that. And I'm not gonna lie, his dad was racist. My dad wasn't, but his father was. My dad told me, he's like, look, you're leaving, you're going somewhere, you're going to Chicago. He's like, just remember, people are people. And it doesn't matter what color that hand is, it's gonna pull you out of the fire. And then I joined the military, and I was like, I never judged anyone by anything. I looked at them on face value. And this is the thing that has irritated me the most about what's happening in this country, is there's been a divide that's forced on us that just shouldn't exist. The only color I ever saw when I was in the military was blue or green, depending on what uniform I was wearing at the time. And if you're wearing a uniform, you're my brother, and I don't care what color your skin is underneath that uniform. The fact is, we're all in it together. And I've never wanted to judge anyone by anything but their character. And that's what Martin Luther King was trying to get across. And there's so many people that have decided to try and drive a wedge. And don't get all political down here. This isn't political, it's philosophical. there's so many people who have tried to drive a wedge into this country, and I hope they all burn in hell. Because I spent the last 30 years of my life living off of, I don't care what color you are. I don't care what color that skin is under that uniform. You, by the nature of the fact that you're in the military with me, are my brother, and I don't care. And if you're my friend, I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. So, like, if you're one of those people who wants to try to drive a racist divide into this country, you need to burn in hell, and you need to do it soon. Because your political views do not fucking make you racist. Your personal dress and decor do not make you racist. You know what makes you racist is when you look at everything through a lens of race. And if you ask me, there's way too many people that are doing it. And if you're pushing that divide, you're the ones that are doing it. So I don't think, oh, Slipknot. I love Slipknot. Have you seen the Wiggles? Have you seen the Wiggles mashup? Fruit salad. I love it. I fucking love it. I love that mashup. Yeah. Andrew, the same thing. Like, here's the thing. I don't care what color your skin is. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. That's just all there is to it. I do not give a crap. What was that? What's Snuzz say? I don't care either. Just be sure you wash your hands and wear deodorant. Don't fucking put your feet on my coffee table. I hate the identity politics. It's ridiculous. Slipknot, good powerlifting music. Slipknot is good road trip music if you plan on getting there real fast, as long as you have your vehicle registered as federal law enforcement like mine is, if you get pulled over. I love Pantera. I never got to see Pantera, but I have seen a lot of band. I got to drink. Okay, you guys ready for this? I said I was going to tell this story one of these days. So you guys know Dokken, the band Dokken, right? So my cousin had a bar when he got out of the Navy for like 4 years. He had married a really attractive, well-off. She was fucking rich. Let's just go ahead and say it. She was rich. And he was told that basically that he didn't ever have to do anything because daddy's rich, and his whole job was he would walk the dog twice a day. They had a golden retriever, and so he got bored, and he asked his father-in-law, he's like, would you front the money for me to open a bar? And so he opened a bar called the Blue Gecko. And it was one of the only American-run bars in Fukuoka, which is the third largest city in Japan. And I would work there and pour drinks and stuff. And at the time, I was in good shape. And I would go in, or I'd work topless, and chicks would buy you drinks and pay your tips and things like that. At any rate, but it was one of the bars where when concerts would come and American bands would come, the security guards had seen us a bunch of times at concerts that they knew he had a bar, and they would recommend my cousin's bar to the band. But like, hey, this is a bar that's owned by an American. You probably get some free drinks, shit like that. I drank with Metallica. I drank with Aerosmith. I drank with John Wick. John Wick. You remember he had a band called Dogstar? Fuck, why can't I think of his name? Why can't I think of his fucking name? Like that should be the easiest one to remember. At any rate, he had a band named Dogstar. Drank with them, and so one night, we went to a concert, and it was Dokken, and we got backstage. Keanu Reeves, yeah, there it was, Bob. Keanu Reeves. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. And so, I got to meet Keanu Reeves, and I got to meet fucking not Kurt Cobain, but Kurt, the I can't think of his last name, the guitarist from Metallica, and Lars Ulrich, and so at any rate, we get to the Zip Center. We drank with Motley Crue as well at his bar. So we go to the Dokken concert. And we didn't have backstage passes, but we'd been there so many times. And the security guards knew us because we'd been so many times and chatted in the bar. Kurt Hammett, that's what it is. Thank you, Andrew. And so they knew, so they let us backstage. And we're like, the guys from Dokken were like, yeah, you know what? We got to fly out on Monday, and we've got so many other things we're going to do. Wild Mick Brown, the drummer, was like, hell, I'll go with y'all. And we're like, okay, I'll go with you. This was a Friday night. On Sunday, I wake up on the floor of a hotel room late in the day. Like the sun is going, like it is Sunday evening. And I'm like, I thought it was Saturday. I had no idea. Mick was there and he goes, well, I missed my flight. He's like, I can't leave. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, I just called. He's like, I just woke up. I realized I missed my flight. It's Sunday. And I'm like, what? And he goes, you boys down to do some drinking? I can't leave out till Tuesday. And we were like, I was off. I went out drinking on a Friday night, woke up Sunday, and then got drunk again and stayed that way till Tuesday afternoon when Wild Mick Brown got on his plane. I smelled like a homeless person. It was, you know that whole thing where they say like party like a rock star? I ain't got it in me. I can try. So guys, it's been 2 hours. I try not to run these more than 2 hours. I hope you all enjoyed it. For the winner, Zach, I hope you enjoy it. I will get this off to you sometime in the next week or two. I still have to sharpen a couple knives that are for giveaways that I haven't done. Like Metal Man Sean, I still owe him his knife. So guys, you're gonna go live now. All right, well, I'll take a leak and then I might come back in. I don't know. I have to finish getting stuff ready for tomorrow's video. So Tactical, I'm glad you stopped by. I will try to do a Friday live feed. I don't know yet. I had a guest. I'm trying to have a guest. I don't know yet. If you haven't watched my videos that are up, please go watch my videos that are up for the week. They have not been performing well. Like, subscribe, share, drop a comment. If you want to become a paying member and get in on early access to videos and stuff like that, then by all means. Then make sure you go follow me on Rumble. It is Crazy Sharp, all one word. I did it all caps, but there should be a link to it in the description of any of the videos that go up after today. So yeah, I basically, who win the giveaway? I want to congratulate him or her. It was Zach. It was Zach from Zach Stuff, number 18. So hopefully this microphone eliminates some of the audio issues we've been having, and I will talk to you guys next time. I really have got to pee. I gotta go. So I will see you guys later. See you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Yeah, there you go, Aiden. There's my Rumble. My rumble.com user Crazy Sharp. There you go. That is right there is my Rumble channel. I have, I think, 60 some videos up there right now. So guys, love you all. Take it easy. See you next time.